Well, hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to another speed build. So I am so excited for today's build, like you don't even know. So let me tell you, I got inspired by tons of things. So first things first, when Strangerville was announced and like a couple months later, I did a community load for Strangerville, where it was essentially like a community place where all the weirdos, I guess I want to say, of Strangerville got together. And it was kind of like a mix of a bar, a karaoke, and nightclub, all of those fun things. And it was so fun to do. So I was Google searching colorful beach bars, I want to say. Yeah, colorful beach bars. And I was doing that for the build that I did 3 days ago, I want to say, which was essentially a local, for Sulani, how's it called, restaurant, which it was supposed to be colorful and like, not fancy and everything. So I wanted to search inspiration for that, and I found an image which I never heard of it or never seen something like that, and it was called Reggae Beach Bar in Thailand, and it was so amazing, and I was like, oh my freaking god, I want to build that. Like, it's so colorful, it's so weird, and like, I don't know, like I loved it. I instantly loved it, and I was like, yes. And I Google searched more. I was like, is that the only thing, like very unique thing that's never happened anywhere else? And apparently this reggae community thing, it's a thing. And I was like, what hip this will sound bad, but I was like, what hippie city is that? Like reggae community. And you could see in the picture, if I remember, I will insert one. Not promising anything. Like you could see people sitting like on the open space and like, I don't know, I'm guessing like smoking stuff and doing stuff. Like very, not that smoking like it's bad. Anyways, that's not my point, but like, that lifestyle that's associated with it. And it was very open, and I don't know, I guess I liked it. Not that I would live that lifestyle, because like I am the complete opposite of that, but I felt like it was so fun to do, and I'm sure I've offended many people. Also, they all had like, it was Bob Marley themed, so you can get what I mean, like from that era. So honestly, I was so excited. And yeah, it turns out to be super weird. I make 3 houses, and the rest are essentially community platforms, if you will. For example, this thing here, it is connected with the main house, and this entire lot here is labeled as off the grid, which, if you don't know, it's a new trait that came with the free update. Like this week, I think it was. Yeah, this week. Like a couple days ago. So this trait, this trait's supposed to give your lot, you won't have energy or running water, but there are a couple items that work with that trait. So it's not like when they cut off your power and water, like if you don't pay the bills, you can't use anything. You will see me going around and searching the items. I'm not sure if I cut it off because my boyfriend edited this video. I'm going insane the past couple days. So I was searching, and a couple of items are labeled as works off the grid, I think. And that's great and all. But many people, like many simmers, complain, which I totally agree, that there are a lot of items that should work with it and they don't. For example, one of the grid item that everyone since Laundry Day was released played with it is the washing tab, and this doesn't work off the grid, which is super weird. However, I've seen screenshots. I wish I could recall like who posted it, but I don't have such a good memory of people saying that the dishwashers work. Like, you cannot do laundry in the washing tab, but your dishwasher work. So I don't know. This raid definitely has a couple bugs. For example, I went into live mode and I brought a sim here. I made the lot as generic at first, so I could essentially visit every part of the lot, and then I turned it into residential. And every light that I had, you will see it in the decorating footage, worked perfectly, and I was like, why? Like, it shouldn't work perfectly, you know. The lights weren't supposed to work here. So I was very confused with that. I tried to use lights that, to me, they made sense. So, for example, another simmer, wish I could remember their names, mentioned that the lights that we got with cats and dogs that are candles don't work, and like, they are candles, they're supposed to work off grid, they don't need power. And it made me wonder, you know, do the candles from Dine Out work? Like, do they provide power lighting? Because they are candles, they don't need lighting. Like, I don't know about you, but every time there is like a power outage here, we have millions of candles. They work, like that. So I don't know, like, this raid definitely has some issues and the developers need to work on them. So that, I don't know, this still needs work. However, I feel like they made a survey 3 years ago, something like that. So Laundry Day was, if you don't know, a community-based pack. So they asked the community their opinions and they asked them what futures you want to like. Oh, someone is baking something and it smells so good. Sorry, I'm hungry. Back to my topic. And like, they asked the community's opinion, so about the items, about the theme. And one of the other packs that was originally up in the running was off the grid. So I feel like because they didn't get to make an entire off the grid pack, or at least up to now, they decided to release the off the grid trade, which I feel like they probably wanted to have it out with Strangerville, because it would make tons of sense. Like, it also works with Strangerville apart from this one, but maybe for various reasons, like, it didn't really work, you know, it still needed programming and fine-tuning. They didn't release it then, but like, we can clearly see that it still needs work. However, this is a pack that definitely fits in, because like, we are talking about islands, and having power on an island, especially in a secluded one, it's something that's very difficult. So yeah, I don't know like how much of this stuff works here. For example, there is a stove that says, is one or is it more? There are 3 stoves, I think, at least, that say work off grid. One is, I think, all of them. The 2 are base game, like the cheapest one, and then the other one that looks super old and has wood beneath it. So you essentially warm the wood, like light the wood to have warmth and do stuff, like cook stuff. And it says it works off the grid, but I clicked on it and let me tell you, it does not work off the grid. So it needs a lot of fine tuning, but I don't know, I was kind of let down. That's why I released, when I found all of these things that they didn't really work, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I don't know, that's why I mostly worked on the beats yesterday and I released that instead of this one, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it like as a build, because I'm not sure what it will work and what won't work. I don't know, I feel like trade needs a lot of work, that's my point. So let's talk a bit about the lot other than the trade. I mean, of course you can remove the trade, But I don't know, I like the idea of being a community that doesn't have, power and lives solely off the grid, and they're more free of the social norms and everything. So whatever, it doesn't matter. It has 3 houses. So we have the main house that is, is it the main house? Like, it's the first one that I did, which is on the far left, and it has an open space outside, which is for the laundry and a couple of activities. Then we have the green one with the orange roof, as you can see here, and like the yellow accent details, which is for a painter. So I didn't really care, painter and florist, so I didn't really care to make it, not super detailed, like it's still detailed, like to have an exterior space. And then this one, like the last one on the right corner, it's for a family. And look, again, I am not one of those people who could ever live that lifestyle. And yeah, okay, there are a lot of people who live that way, but I don't know, like growing a kid, like raising a kid in that environment, I'm not sure if it is the best idea, but like also it's not the worst because it gets to have a childhood. But I don't know, like whatever, each person has their personal preferences and like parenting, and who am I to judge? Like, who am I to judge? I don't know anything about kids. So I don't know, I just felt like people choose this lifestyle and people have kids. Obviously, like even in third world countries that they can't find water, like clean water, they still do have kids, or they can't find food, and you see UNICEF and so many other like organizations try to help. Like, it makes sense. You still want to have kids, if you do want to have kids. This is getting off-handed too political. But yeah, my point is, I don't know, it kind of made sense for me to have like a house with a kid and a house like with a couple and a house like for a random kind of crazy person, like whatever, like, a loner maybe and whatnot. So yeah, this third house is very kid friendly, I guess. I added like a kid pool and I was like, oh hell yeah, that's adorable. But as you can see, most activities are for adults. Like the kid pool is the only thing, plus the swing sets. That's the only thing that we have for kids. But adults can use the swing sets too. Felt like it was too adorable not to use them. I don't know about you, but if I see a swing set, I always wanna sit down and swing. And I'm so sorry if I offended any of you, but like, I don't know, let's forget about it. So we had all of this extra space and I was like, what the hell am I gonna do here? I really don't know. And I thought, landscaping always makes things better. And yeah, it definitely looks more lived in. Also, what I noticed, and it made me kind of mad, is that the palm trees that we got with a pack don't match with the palm trees that are around this lot. I'm like, why? Why the heck is that a thing? So I wasn't very happy about it. Like, let's just leave it to that. What's the point? Like, do they have recolors? Okay, so have probably checked if they have recolors, because if they have recolors, then it makes sense. But we've never got a palm tree with recolors, so it's like, I don't know. So yeah, because I wasn't sure if the stores were working or not, I added various options for your Sims to be able to, get food, acquire food. Also used the outdoor showers. Showers work, but they're like couple showers that are considered outdoors, which also work here. One is the new one we got with Island Paradise. The other one is from Outdoor Retreat. And what else? One is the makeshift bathtub from Strangerville, and it made me really surprised. Like, I don't know if they work. The description says it do work. And the other one is the shower from... the bathtub, I guess, from Vampires. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, I was so confused. Like, this is the makeshift one. I was like, I don't... Yeah, you see, I pull it out. I'm like, why? Why is that a thing? And then I also searched for obviously things that work off grid, because to me it made sense. And the only toilet, I think the only one that works off grid is the base game cheaper one. I'm like, why? Like, I don't know. Which is why I also included the boosters, the P boosters and Woohoo boosters, I guess. So yeah, this is the stuff that I was talking about. It says that it works off grid, but it doesn't. Like, I go to live mode and I click on it and I'm like, oh, it doesn't work off grid. And I'm like, huh? It doesn't make any sense. And I was so mad. So yeah, anyways. Also, do fans work? Like, I'm guessing they don't, but I really like how they looked. I added, I think, in every single house a fan, because like I like the tropical look they give, but theoretically they use power, so they don't work. I didn't click on the fans. I probably should have. Anyways, as you can see, the build is very long. So I started it when most of my mods weren't updated. Well, still they're not. But at first, when I got early access, I was like, obviously the mods were automatically disabled. Then I was like, someone mentioned, some other game changer mentioned, oh wow, MC Command Center still works. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So I enabled them and I was like, cool, then I can use the build mode tab camera, because like, I can't live without it, I can't. And it kept, I don't know, like popping up errors, MC Command Center, which I was like, it doesn't work. And then a Sim Guru, I think, said about an error, which, I don't know, like that mermaids don't get their tails when they're soaring or something like that. Oh, not they're when they're bathing. It's like, yeah, it's a known thing with MC Command Center. Until it's updated, we can't do anything. So I'm like, yeah, let's just disable them. Like, I cannot keep seeing this error, and I don't want to have any bugs on my game. So I completely disabled them, even though the tab camera worked. And I get that I could just remove the MC Command Center and leave the tab build mode camera, but I'm too lazy to do that, like, let's be honest. So this entire build, I would have done the start of it as like taking a screenshot every couple minutes from the same angle, blah blah blah, making a time lapse, and it looks way more smooth. And it's not as crazy like watching me trying to figure the layout and the windows and all the little decorations to make it look cluttered and weird and like the complete opposite of normal. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm too lazy to do that, let's just build away. And I gave it to my boyfriend to edit it because honestly I don't have time to edit currently because I keep building. So he was like, after I kept seeing him like struggle and struggle and struggle, I was like, oh my god, I should have taken the screenshots. Why I didn't? Stupid me. So yeah, but honestly it's been such a blessing having him help with like editing the builds, because oh my god, we got early access on Tuesday at night, like it was 9 at night, and embargo lifted on Wednesday. Obviously the entire Wednesday I did nothing but build and do the let's play, and then I was so inspired, obviously, like, I love this pack, so the next day all I did was build. And then I edit, and then I build, and then I did nothing but build, and it's like, I am exhausted. And since Friday, so for you now it's Sunday, like when this is going live, but currently for me it's Saturday. So Friday and Saturday I was like, okay, I need to plan next week's videos. This can't keep going. Like, I released 4 builds in 5 days, and at a point I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't have inspiration, like I'm just tired. And then I opened the game and I was like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, I want to build. Like every day it's going like 12 o'clock at night and I still build. While in the past it was 9 and I'm like, okay, it's time for bed. So yeah, I cannot wait to go back to normal schedule. So from next week, like from Monday, we will have still island living content because I honestly cannot build in any other world currently. All I want to do is like look at it and it's so pretty. We will have like the normal 2-room build and then 2 let's plays and then the how is it called, the low pack build that I'm doing every Saturday. So yeah, excited for that. Excited to go back to semi-regular schedule. Like it's still too much for me, like 6 days, 6 videos a week, but we shall see how we'll handle it. Like I just wanted to stop everything, like not do anything, because for the past like couple of days I'm like go build, and I don't know, I'm just tired. So when it's the kid, I guess, toddler, the house with a toddler, and I really like it. I use mint green, which you will see a theme on my builds. I use a lot of mint green. So yeah, you can say that's one of my favorite colors. It's not like I have everything mint green, but you know, sorry. Again, going insane. So these are the community spaces that I talked to you about, and I wanted them to be reggae related, I should probably say. So we have this one which has the bubble blower machine, which we all know it's not a bubble blower. And I also used the gay flags. I've seen, not sure if it is the Thailand flag. I'm very uneducated. I should have probably looked at it, or if it's like a different flag. I don't know what it is. But in all of those builds, I saw. Okay, the food smells so good though, whatever they're cooking. What did I saw? Yeah, I saw that flag and I was like, maybe we should use this one. Like, I don't know what this flag stands for. Someone on Twitter, actually I didn't even know that there are more than one gay flags, apart, you know, from the rainbow one. So I was like, I like that. It seems more inclusive, I want to say. Like, I don't know what the black and brown stands for, but I'm guessing like for couple more genders and people in the LGBTQ community. So I didn't even know that there, you know, more than one flag. And when I saw that The Sims released, you know, said in the upcoming update, you get all these flags, I was like, oh my god. Wow. Like, I felt so terrible for not knowing it, but I don't know, if you're not part of the community, I'm not sure. It's like a common thing to know, and even if you're not, if you are part of the community but no, you know, extremely active, I don't know. Like, also I I read there's an ally flag for like that community. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing, but I've never seen anything like that. So I was so happy to hear there's so much inclusivity, even though like the whole lesbian flag thing. Anyways, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry I'm going insane, and I will see you tomorrow. I hope you'll have an amazing day and take care. Bye.